Hi guys, today I'm going to do Sophie's 4-month update. Can you believe that this little one is already 4 months old? I can. I think it's absolutely crazy. And if you see her looking off to the side, by the way, if you see her staring down there, my dog Archie is sitting on the floor, and that is one of her current favorite things is Archie the dog, and she is just staring at him, licking him with his paw. Oh, it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. Alright, so to start out with her stats, she is actually going to have her 4-month doctor's appointment tomorrow. So rather than weighing her on my home scale to give you guys like a rough sort of weight, I'm just going to wait to edit in her weight and length after we have our doctor's appointment tomorrow. So I don't know what that is as I'm filming this today on her 4-month birthday, but tomorrow morning I will know that, so when I'm editing this footage, I will go ahead and insert her current weight and length and percentiles and all of that. But you can see that she has gotten pretty big. Yeah, what do you see? Do you see the camera? Is that funny? So Sophie is still a very contemplative little girl. She loves looking at things, analyzing. She just has bright eyes all the time, open really wide. My husband recently has started calling her a little monkey just because the way she watches you, you can tell that she's really observing what you're doing, trying to figure it out, and imitating it. Like she wants to imitate it like a little monkey. So that's really fun to watch and see. Just, I mean, babies change so fast. I can't believe that it was just a few months ago that she was just this little newborn, basically sleeping all the time, and now she's this interactive little girl. Which brings me to the first thing I want to talk about her, like, what 4 months of life means for me as her mom. I have just, looking back over this last month and when I was like writing my notes for this video, it has just been the best. I have absolutely loved her like 3 months up until now, up until 4 months. I have loved this last month. I've loved it partly because of just her personality is shining through so much more, and she's just like an amazing addition to our family. My husband and I are absolutely in love with her, and she couldn't be like any more perfect. But also, I feel like now that she's 4 months old, I'm finally coming into my own as a mom. And I feel like it's all sort of second nature now, where I do it all naturally. Like it used to be a big ordeal when I'd even just put her in the car seat or take her out on a shopping trip, you know, if I needed to get groceries. That was like a big deal. Or if she fussed like this out in public, I would freak out. And now it's just absolutely normal. It's a part of my life. I feel completely comfortable mothering, and yeah, that's the first thing I want to say about this 4-month mark. And I guess that leads me into the next thing I want to talk about. It's a good thing that I feel comfortable with a baby now, because in just a couple days we are actually going on our first overseas or international trip with her. It's going to be a pretty crazy ordeal. We're taking 3 flights to get there. One of those flights is 10 hours long, a 10-hour, like just the flight is 10 hours. So that's going to be an adventure for this one. And she is going to meet her grandparents. My husband's parents are living overseas, so we are going to see them, and she's finally going to meet her grandparents, and for them, she is the first grandchild, so that's going to be a pretty amazing trip. Alright, so now on to my notes, some of the things I've recorded over this last month, and if you see me looking down, I'm reading my notes. Alright, first thing that I have that she did this month is that she's started grabbing things from your hands like crazy. Like if you're holding something, she grabs it. So I remember after she turned 2 months old, she was just starting to grab at toys. Well, now it's like she's learned what these hands do, and she's not afraid to use them. She grabs at anything and everything. So that means if she's sitting on our lap, one of our laps at dinner time, if she can reach it, she will grab the dinner plate and pull the whole thing off the table, which hasn't happened yet, but we have to be pretty careful because she just grabs anything that's in her reach. One of her obsessions is glassware, so glasses or mugs whenever I'm drinking my tea in the morning, and that scares me because it's like hot liquid, so I try to be super careful with that. But if she ever sees us drinking from a mug or a glass, she just wants to grab it, and she loves sucking on the mugs. I have some video of that so you can see what I'm talking about. And also if we're drinking something cold with ice cubes in it, I think she really likes sucking on like a cold glass. So yeah, that's pretty cute. And definitely if she's like fussy and none of her toys are working, I have this little mug that's like baby size mug, and it's ceramic, and I'll give it to her and let her suck on that, and she loves it. So mugs and glassware she's really interested in. Oh, the other thing she has started grabbing, and I have been excited for this milestone, her feet. Little one finally discovered her feet. She loves them. These things can entertain her for a long time. Like, there have been moments where she needed to like stay occupied for long stretches of time, and she will just grab her foot and go to town, and she is totally content just playing with her feet, and it's really cute. Now every time I change her and put her on the changing table, boom, her feet go straight up into her hands, and she just holds on to her feet like that classic sort of happy baby stance. And she also sucks on her feet. She puts them in her mouth. She loves when she's got socks on, she will grab at her socks and like yank them off and suck on them, and if I don't catch her soon enough, I'll come back to like a soggy sock, like completely wet, because she's just been sucking on it. So that's a really cute development this month. Oh, here's another fun thing, and this actually started last month too. I could have done this in her 3-month update, but it's gotten more intense, and that is that she's a very distracted nurser now. I pretty much cannot, I can't talk when I'm nursing. Other people in the room can't talk when I'm nursing. She's got to have complete silence. Also, if I like reach over and grab something, if I try to multitask, like if I do something on my phone while I'm nursing her, she like looks up at me and she knows I'm not paying 100% attention to her. So that started the distracted nursing phase, and I hope that that goes away, which I think it does. I think they go through a couple phases like that where they get really distracted when they're nursing, and then that goes away. She is also almost sitting up on her own. I don't think it'll happen quick. Like, I think it'll still be a while before she's actually like confidently sitting on her own. That might even be a couple months from now, but she's really good at it. Like, if you sit there next to her and just have your hands sort of around her while she's trying to sit, she can hold herself up, and even if she starts to fall a little bit, she'll correct, you know, and she'll pull herself up. So she's wanting to sit. That's definitely her favorite position to be in, is sitting. She doesn't like lying down either on her back or stomach for extended periods of time. She prefers sitting. And she is getting very good at it. I'll insert a video of her sitting so that you can see what I'm talking about. Also, just her fine motor skills in general. So in her last update, I talked about how she was grabbing things, grabbing toys, but it just seems like she's getting better and better at it. Like her finger, like I've noticed her discovering, you know, individual fingers, and she's still clumsy. She's 4 months old, so she's still clumsy when she grabs things, but not as clumsy. Like she's really developing those fine motor skills. Other things about this 4-month period, I think that she's spitting up less. She's never had a major problem with reflux, and I'm lucky that I don't have like massive amounts of spit up to deal with, but I have noticed that when she does spit up, which usually is after I feed her or you know, sometime around when I've fed her, those instances of her spitting up are decreasing. Like the frequency of her spit ups are decreasing, and some days she'll go like a whole day without spitting up at all. So that's nice that she's not spitting up as much, and I wonder if that's just something that's going to continue to decrease as she gets older. But one thing that has happened for this 4-month period is the 4-month sleep regression. Yikes, that is a real thing. And I've just now been reading about it and trying to figure out like what it is, why it happens. But basically, so I remember when she was 2 months old, just thinking to myself, wow, we're so lucky. We have a baby who basically sleeps through the night. She only needs to be fed like once and another time early in the morning. Like, this is great. I'm getting great sleep. And that lasted for a little while, but now it's not like that at all. So what she does is she'll go to sleep in the evening and have her longest stretch, which is really only like 3 hours now. She'll sleep like a 3-hour stretch. And then she wakes up, just looks uncomfortable, you know, squirming, moving around. She wants to nurse, but I don't think that she's only waking up because she's hungry. She's waking up because she's uncomfortable and just can't sleep. And then once she wakes up that first time, she is then up like on the hour every hour. Like, it's really difficult to get her to go back to sleep and stay asleep. And I am exhausted, as part of the reason why I didn't do anything to get ready for this video today. I'm just really, really tired because she is not sleeping well, and we are still co-sleeping because that's the only way she will sleep. A couple other things that have happened now that she's 4 months old. For the longest time, I thought I had a baby who just hated her car seat. Anytime she was in the car seat, she cried. I always have to sit in the back seat with her to keep her happy because she just doesn't like being put down. She doesn't like the car seat. Well, recently that's started to change. Like now, when we're out shopping and I'm taking her in and out of the car seat, she seems to like it when I put her in the car seat. It's like now it's become familiar to her and she feels comfortable in there. And the other day, she actually fell asleep in her car seat while I was driving for the first time. This is a baby who does not fall asleep in the car. And she did that for the first time because she's finally getting comfortable in her car seat. Another thing that she is starting to use finally, which she has not loved, are pacifiers. So for the longest time, she just hated pacifiers. There were moments here or there which she would suck on it for a little while, but for the most part, she would either just chew awkwardly on the pacifier or spit it out like angrily and yell at me like, what is this? And there are those moments where it is really nice if she takes a pacifier. So just in the last couple days, like just the last 2 days, she's been doing this thing where, bless you, where I will like hold her and she's obviously tired and she acts like she wants to nurse. She like nestles into my chest and goes, you know, acts like she wants to nurse. So I will let her. But then as soon as I get her on there, she pulls off and she's like angry and it's like, she's acting like she wants to nurse, but when I let her, she doesn't really want to. And so what I've been doing when she acts like that is I will give her a pacifier and she takes it and she sucks on it and self-soothes and will go to sleep. And so I think what's happening is that she wants to suck on something, but she doesn't want milk. Like, she doesn't want to actually eat. She's not hungry. So these last couple days, she has been using a pacifier, which just goes to show you that if your baby doesn't like something, even if they don't like something for a long time, like every time you give it to them, keep trying because they may go through some sort of phase and then will suddenly love that thing that they've hated for a long time. So anyway, I think that we're getting about to the end of the update. I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about, and she's getting a little fussy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this update, guys. And yeah, wish me luck on this trip. I hope it goes well, and I hope that she's a good traveler. And yeah, I don't know when my next video is going to come out because I'm going to be on vacation, but I will get back to filming as soon as I can. So until then, I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will see you in my next video. Honey, oh, it's hard being 4 months old. Alright guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.